such a beautiful day, I'm going to talk about conflict and negotiation. And red, you know, conflict, you're usually seeing red, so that's why I chose the color. I hope it's not too bright for anyone. And I'm going to begin making this just a little interactive by asking you guys in a show of hand, or you can speak as you want to. Hands, let me correct that. How many people enjoy conflict?
Okay, we have
Sometimes.
to express another opinion, to express the another opinion.
Okay, great, thank you for that. How many people are, like, they are very comfortable when they're dealing with conflict? Anyone? No one's comfortable. And is it because you don't want to have a bad relationship? You're scared of destroying that relationship? Is that possibly why? No? Okay, just guess it.
It can go either way.
Okay.
It can go either way. Yeah, depending from what standpoint you are on side, or what side you are.
I like
Okay.
conflict when you're talking sports.
Okay,
That can
thanks.
go wonky.
That's perfect, and that's what I was gonna ask, because you can see it as being good or bad, it just depends on what the situation is. Well, thank you, and because of that, I'm gonna go ahead and do our little definition about conflict, and then we're gonna talk about it just a little bit. And, okay, I thought I went too far. So first of all, and I did go too far, going back, how do I go back?
One more.
Back, excuse me for technical difficulties.
Hold on, I'll do it.
I'm going too fast, okay, go.
There you, nope, don't touch. There you go.
Okay.
Well,
Now one
that's
more.
One more?
One more.
There you go.
There we go, okay. So our definition, first of all, Webster's has their definition, and it is prolonged or open warfare, disharmony, a clash, belligerence, strife, or to be opposed or differ. But the way we're gonna talk about it today is that conflict can be described as an energy force that is generated in people when they experience real or imagined unmet needs. Okay, and how many people learned about Maslow's hierarchy of needs? Okay, we're gonna use a few of those. So the needs we're gonna talk about is safety. Everybody has that need to feel safe. Control over one's own life, and this includes our time, our physical space, our possessions, and also people we care about. Acceptance, we all wanna feel loved and we all wanna belong, so that's a big one for a lot of people. Recognition and respect, and also economic well-being. Okay, I got it, this way. Okay, so people go through life behaving in ways that they feel they need to in order to get their needs met. And they also are constantly interpreting the way that other people act. So they look at their behavior and they make decisions about people based off of the way they behave. The conflict occurs when someone does or says something and it interferes with your needs and you feel like you're being threatened because what they did you don't agree with it. And the dynamics of conflict are circular, and here's how the cycle goes. First there's the behavior, then there's the negative interpretation, and there's a lot into that interpretation that we'll talk about a little bit later. And then the threat needs, so your needs get threatened, you have these negative emotions, and then there's a response behavior. I'm trying to go the right way. Okay. So, and again, the interpretation. So party one interprets that behavior of party two. And then party two, it's negatively assumed that their needs are being threatened and it results in a negative emotion. So party two observes party one and they're thinking, hey, you know, this person has a real problem with what I just said. What's the issue? So in response, party two begins to experience threatened needs and negative emotions, and then there's a response behavior. Good. So this puts that conflict cycle into motion, and then both parties, once it's in motion, they will not stop until either both parties get their needs met, one or both decide to give up or forfeit their needs, or both are forced to give up their needs. Okay, let's talk a little bit about our beliefs and values. So our beliefs are the rules we live by. And whether we know it or not, we expect other people to live by those same rules. And it can be very unconscious, like you don't even realize it, but you do. And then our values are the level of importance or worth we give to a rule or principle. And it's a by our acceptance of these standards, and also by our bias against or rejection of other standards. Okay, so the impact of our beliefs. It's the amount of need we experience in a particular category, the sort of behavior we'll engage in to fulfill our needs. As we know, some people will engage in all kind of behavior, and but if it's going to help them, they'll try it. And which behavior by another party we regard as a threat, and if that threat affects one or more of our needs, which one we'll give priority to. And then also, when one or more of our needs are threatened, which emotions we'll experience. Our beliefs and values are developed based off of our life experiences. And considering that we all have different life experiences, it's going to be different because some people are socialized and they go to various institutions. Therefore, everybody has a different need in their life. And we all engage in different behaviors to fulfill our needs. And it could be alternating at various times. Additionally, we all have different reactions to the behavior and needs of others. Okay, all right. So as a result of this, as a result of our beliefs and values and our different life experiences, conflict among us is always inevitable. It does not mean, and should not mean, that it has to be destructive. In fact, conflict has both constructive and destructive potential if it's managed correctly. Most of the problem comes in as people don't know how to manage the conflict. A lot of times it would be really great if we could geolocation. That way we don't have to see the person face to face, and maybe we can cool down. But oftentimes that doesn't happen. Like, we're there and we're dealing with it, so it's a problem a lot of times. So the outcome is determined by the way we choose to manage the energy that's generated in us and others as we experience our threatened needs. Therefore, the next speech I'm going to cover, this is just going over our needs. I'm going to give you some options and tools that are available to help you negotiate your needs, like maybe methods you can cool down, and the different processes we have available, such as accommodation and different various tools to use to help you when you're in conflict. So stay tuned. Any questions? And that is the end.